Good afternoon on what is a mild, grey and dreary day. It is Thursday the 14th of September. I'm in the reading nook with a nice hot cup of tea. And a package which is from Blind Visionary Publications Inc. and it's come all the way from Batavia, Ohio. Who ever thought I would actually hear of a place called Batavia ever again? Used to be the name of Jakarta or Sumatra or so on in the Dutch East Indies when it was a colony. Long since changed, of course. But what I know I've got in here is quite a thick bundle of fanzines, and I do love receiving and reading fanzines. Because fanzines essentially, have a long history. They're the previously the vehicle for gaming, in which budding creators could express themselves and create content and get it out to other people. And also because through the letters page and through contacts with other editors of fanzines, build up a sense of a community. A lot of that has since been replaced by the internet, of course, but certainly with the old school Renaissance movement, you have that push back to fanzines. So what have we got in here? Let's open up. Let's so I can show you this without dropping everything, because that's what I generally like to do. It's not a board game, but that's what kind of happens. And what I have in here, several fanzines. So I've got like Smoking Wyrm Monographs Volume 1, For Whom the Bell Trolls, which is a great title. And this feels a little bit odd, so I'm just going to have a look and see what's inside. I'm not going to do a proper unboxing of it, because this is a general unboxing of the package as a whole. Excuse me. That's hay fever for you, even in this season. There we go. App system. And if I open up, it's actually quite thin, but there's something in it. And inside the back page, you've got this little pocket with all these cards in it. And that's quite amazing. So, fantastic artwork. And you've got stats on the back. So that's obviously sort of like one of the main NPCs in the adventure in here. And so if I put these back in the pocket, something else I noticed, I'm just pushing those down, back in the pocket, and you have this little cutout, just this little cutout there, so you can see her full face peeking over the top of this pocket. That's really quite effective. It's such a little detail, but it just adds sort of like, oh, that's a nice touch. I like that. So that's Smoking Wyrm Monographs Volume 1, Number 1. And then, what else have we got in here? Let's just put this back in this package. So what I think I've got is a really interesting selection of fanzines for Dungeon Crawl Classics. And other bits and pieces like Halo of Flies, whatever that is. I mean, because the thing is, the other format which has come out of the old school Renaissance is the pamphlet format, the trifold pamphlet format. So basically, all the details there, a bit of information on the back, a map, picture of the NPC, and essentially a mini encounter in one which you can play through into like a single or half session, or slip in between an ongoing kind of encounter. Put this in part of a journey somewhere. And we have around the campfire, encounters around the campfire, similar kind of thing. And that's from Nick Barron, Beaker Press Games. So I've got two different things, content from two different publishers in here. So I have a look at this big fat bundle of fanzines. Tells the Smoking Wyrm, more issues that I will review in due course. And so that sort of takes me up to, is issue 4? Is that issue 4? Number 1. That's number 1, in fact. But the thing about that is that's number 1, but that street echoes the street scene. I think it's in the Dungeon Master's Guide by Dave Trampier, which I happen to know now is on the Isle of Rhodes. There's a street where, because actually most recently the author and publisher James Wallace was actually on that street and had himself photographed in there because of that very same illustration. So just have a quick look to see, just to show you what's inside, give you an idea. Section on the Paladin and Cthulhu. This is all for Dungeon Crawl Classics. Spellburn Cthulhu, so you can have Cthulhu as a patron. Does this mean, it's, yeah. Silver Ball, you've got a scenario with all really good artwork as well. Monster Telepathic Rat. I mean, I'll do proper unboxings of these in due course. So let's just put those away, back into the pack they came. So that's an interesting pack that I'm really looking forward to digging into and doing proper unboxings and proper reviews. Then I've got more pamphlets. What's this? Standard, sort of like the Stenard character creation guide. So this is a quick and dirty guide to creating your characters for Dungeon Crawl Classics. I don't know whether this is really worth having because you've got the core rulebook, you've got the quick start guide as well, but if this supplements it, if it makes it a bit easier, fine. Who am I to complain? The Bruiser, a player character class for DCC, and again, that just amounts to a few pages. So you can have your Bruiser, your thug, punching his way through the dungeon, if you will. Desperation of the Hungry, which is going to be a scenario. And then Rabid Dogs, Eating Flesh, Rabid Dogs, Rabid Dogs. That is a fanzine adventure. This is the second printing I see. It's fine. And we have Wide-Eyed Terror. An encounter for 0 level characters with and without the precipice of the corruption. So lots of little things from Beaker Press Games. And the thing is, you sort of have to be part of the Dungeon Crawl Classics community, and it's a very nice community, I have to say. They are, for the most part, all lovely people involved. I mean, not just the people at Goodman Games, but also sort of like the fans, and the fans are really keen and lovely people. And they have free reign to create what they want and bring it to publication like this content. And last thing I have, the precipice of the corruption. So this is essentially Wide-Eyed Terror with and without the precipice of corruption. So you've actually got the precipice of corruption, which is the scenario. So that's sort of like, it's like the funnel, or the extra bit of the funnel to go with that, because this is a zero level funnel as well. So I've got lots of things in here to do unboxings of and fully support and do proper reviews as well, and that's going to be all really good and fantastic to dig into, because I do love writing a good review and having a look at the fanzines. So yeah, So these will follow in due course to the next. So they'll sort of go into the rotation for the next time we do some fanzine reviews, of course. So I want to thank. Let's see if I can get details of the sender, because it's going to be on the front. So I want to thank Trevor Stamper at Blind Visionary Publications for sending me all this to me, and also his friend Nick let's have a look. I have to unpack it again because I'm an idiot. At Breaker Press Games, I think it's Nick, for their generosity, because writing the reviews, it is all about generosity. It is all a case of, I am relying on the generosity of people to give me give me a lot of things to review, and I do review them. I mean, I don't run off into the night with the books and you hear from me. And again, I do get to them. So thanks to the generosity of both Trevor and Nick. I know for small press publishers, it's quite a big commitment to give something away for free when you're publishing to a smaller budget. And honestly, I look forward to seeing all of these in due course. Reading them and writing about them and giving them the coverage that they deserve. So, in the meantime, yes, of course, if you want me to review your content, please get in contact. But I mean, I'm not. I rarely solicit for content these days. Except when I'm at conventions, that's when I solicit for content. To be fair, but yeah. So thank you again to Nick and Trevor. I hope you've enjoyed this unboxing of the Nook. If you have, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings of the Nook, where you'll see me out here with a package, which I will unbox and chat about the contents to the best of my ability for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing. Look, we'll be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.